Nothing says I love you like more than a bag of chips. You know, they're cheap. They're from potatoes. Irish people love potatoes. You go to a woman, do you want a chip there, do you? And she says, yeah. She's a fucking chip off the old block. She's yours, you know what I mean?
Plenty of aftershave, man. And maybe 3 or 4 different types of aftershave. Different parts of the body use different aftershaves, do you know what I mean? Wise man told me, behind the ears is where you put the old aftershave, because when a woman comes in talking, she'll be like, talking to you, and you'll be like, ha 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 ha. Do you know what I mean? You know who told me that? Callum Best.
To go away to judge women. Buy a bag of chips. Sit down beside a woman, you don't even know them. Start chatting to them about fucking shit. X Factor or Sex and the City. Say, do you want a chip there, love? Yeah. She takes a chip, that means she's a keeper. If she takes the fucking full bag or push the whole fish tin, just get rid of her.
So, things for Valentine's Day. Something to show that you're a lovely guy, like, would be good. Trick them. Trickery is good. Trickery is always good, I'd say.
And don't be buying that fake stuff. There was a fella who called around to my house there the other day selling a bottle of dupe. €10. The only one who was fucking duped was me. As I put it on, it smelled like cat's piss.
This fella here, Kieran Corrigan, what do I do if she wants to go see a chick flick? I'd you know, you'd have to do a deal with her. Maybe get the ride beforehand or even after. Probably get the ride after, yeah. Because then you have something to look forward to, so the film you'll be like, oh, it's good enough, yeah, it's good enough, but she'll be in the mood then after. And just be touching her up in the cinema going, you ready for later on, yeah? And just get the body warm. You could do the popcorn trick where you put a hole in the bottom, stick it on, and then when she puts her hand in, she'll be like, oh, do they serve sausages here, do they? But a word of advice on that one, make sure there's no lads beside you, like, because I was there one time with Eddie. I had a bird this side and Eddie this side, and he decided to fucking grab on the popcorn.
Here are some tips for women on romancing men. First of all, men are very simple creatures, and they say a way to a man's heart is a stomach. Cooking is obviously something that men appreciate, but this, you buy a man a couple of pints, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Make them think you're somebody you're not. Is trickery, lying. Lying is good.
Caroline Foran, what's the one song that, you know, will get your lady in the sack? I suppose the song I'm horny, horny, horny. And she should know what you're thinking about then, or else if you're going around with an erection and the song playing I'm horny, if that doesn't get her in the sack, then she must be asexual.
I've noticed they love puppies, pink stuff, and young boys and girls they're not ready to do anything, obviously, but they're like, oh, I want to give you a kiss on the nose, kind of crack. Women love that. And also, they love sleeping babies. Sleeping babies, you can't go wrong. If you want a girl to like you, just go in, how are you now? Sleeping baby. The impression that you're a nice lad is implanted in their brain.
Started talking to this one beside me. Now, she was loving it because she wasn't crying, so she was mad into me. This one ran off. I said, Mr. fucking Chipman, throw me on 2 fish, you know what I mean? One each, you know, a wine and diner. So I was here with this one talking away, and all the lads are just crowded around saying, what are you going to say next? So I was saying stuff like, you know, you fucking hell, your face unreal, and your body, I can't get a proper look at that. Because some women trick you, the bodies, they'll be wearing tight clothes and you think they have a great body. And then you take off the clothes and it just falls to bits. Do you know what I mean? It's like buying an old cake in a shop and you bring it home and then you take off the lid and you feel like throwing it in the fucking bin.
Now lads, if you're trying to impress women, here's what I tell you. I'm going to tell you no more. Take her for a spin. Show off. Put the foot down, like. If you were driving something like a Supra and she's benching 350, you want to let her know that this is 350 horses. You want to show that woman that you're in control of a car with pure foot poundage of torque. They're like reins, man. And you're essentially grabbing 350 horses and reining them all in and then letting them go. Do you know what I mean? Women love that shit, man.
Now, the jewellery is big boy stuff. It's big boy stuff. I wouldn't be going in for the jewellery yet because, one, it's too much money. Number two, it smells, commitment and needy. Oh, here, jewellery. Oh, we're going to be... Aye, relationship mightn't be longer than a week. If you get the jewellery, she owns that, so you're losing out. So I'm not being negative, but you don't want to ever lose out. Never lose out.
You know, the lady loves a box of milk straight. You're talking about lads abseiling down the side of walls, jumping through windows, leaving in a box of chocolates. Back in those days, that shit counted, you know. You can go up to Tesco and you can get a box of milk straight for what? $2.50 now if you want. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
There's a lad here called Keen Powell Bates. What type of name is that, hey? How much cash should you spend on Valentine's Day to impress the woman? It depends what you're getting at the end of it. That's I have to keep telling you. I mean, if you're getting the ride, the guts are €50. If you're paying in the region of hundreds, you're fooling yourself. But what I will say though, if it's the other way around and it's a woman, and you know, maybe she wants to spend the money on you, so I'd say yeah, spend away.
So now women, tips if you're thinking of buying stuff for your fellas. Beer, always good. Money, cash is king. No-nos would be teddy bears, love heart stuff, jewellery with inscriptions. That's stand off, get away now. Just, you're coming on too strong.
Anyways, great old inventions. Not quite a building, but 2 walls, and a great place for riding too. What I normally do is I'd look for Johnny's. That's a good spot because it must be dry. Because you'd be a fool to be out here riding in the wet. So Spunk Marks, Johnny's, and if their name is saying, I had sex here, that's a good spot.
Get drunk. You have to get drunk. But not too drunk. There's a fine line of getting drunk. It's what I call a state of grace. You have to get drunk enough that magic happens. But not too drunk that you don't just fall flat in your face. Only at that crucial apex, where both lines cross, that's where you make your move.
Valentine's Day is a brilliant day, because women are in heat that day and they're just bonkers for the ride. So, especially if it's your first time and you haven't got the ride and you're a virgin, you know, it's a special time, so you need to plan it out. So the reason why we're here is because this is the place that I lost my virginity. What I was doing is, I was just sitting down like this, and I just had her here like this and go, oh, and oh, it's brilliant. The whole town was cheering me on, do you know what I mean? Even the outlet was there going, go on son, you're doing me proud. The woman in particular, she was just pure and utter tidy. Pure tidy bird, the frame was savage. The way I met her was actually funny enough. I was in school with her son.
You see, anything that's inscribed is good. You know, in the lady's mind, the thought, you know, they mean well, you mean well. But the thing about it is, it's harder to sell for the fella. You know, if he doesn't like it, it's harder to go into the shop and go, how's it going? This was bought last week. I want to get the money back. They'll say, listen, it's inscribed. We can't use this crap no more. And you're like, well, I don't want to argue with you in a full shop. Don't want to cause a scene, but I want me money. They will say it's inscribed, and there's a Mexican standoff there.
I don't know. I was never the type of man who bought negligee or lingerie for a woman because I felt it was a bit gay going into a shop, buying that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, just getting a Valentine's card for Svetlana. It's sent to her, really.
Where is she?
Well, after the wedding, she had to go back to Russia to sort out a few things. But her parents are still over here, so although they don't really speak much English, so it's a bit awkward in the house. But hopefully we should be back soon enough.
And have you managed to speak to her at all?
Well, I was told that the place she's in has poor reception, so can't really get in contact with her, which is annoying because it's nearly 2 years now since she left.
heart can't be mended. If you break that thing, you can break a nose, but if the heart is broken, I don't know any medical stuff to fix it.
So to recap, here's a few tips. You want to look good. You want to smell good. You want to dress good. Most importantly, be yourself. When I say be yourself, I mean be that vision of yourself you'd want to be. A lot of lads just lie about stuff. I used to talk awful fucking bullshit lies because they used to work. I said that I was training for NASA. I was just going to be working for Houston, just on one of the consoles. I ended up going out with a woman and she asked me what the fuck was the story with training for NASA. I said, fucking NASA, what are you on about? I completely forgot about the fucking bullshit. I was stinging out my mind, man.